9/11 attacks against the US from terrorist groups within Afghanistan, the USA retaliated by declaring war on terrorism in order to combat Al-Qaeda. President Bush's State of the Union address in 2002 announced,
Good evening, people of America. I, your President Bush, have a special announcement to make. Now, this announcement is very important, so please turn up the volume on your TV so you hear these pieces of information as clearly as possible. There is an axis of evil within Iraq, Iran, and North Korea. These states are harboring terrorism against the U.S. We have the right to attack these states because they are a threat to the U.S. We will take whatever action is deemed necessary in conjunction with the nation's best interest to make sure that these countries do not threaten America anymore. We will be invading Iraq very shortly, and I have already decided to send troops down to Iraq to capture Osama bin Laden and to bring the Al-Qaeda down, the two main bodies that actually brought on the 9/11 attacks. Now, I understand that this is a very hard time for all Americans grieving the loss of loved ones after the 9/11 attacks, but we, as the US of A, have no choice but to invade Iraq and make sure that these terrorist bodies are brought down and gotten rid of so they cannot threaten any more countries or continue to threaten the US of A. Now, have a good night, and I'll speak to you all shortly.
Bin Laden released a video in April 2002 where he stated,
Afghanistan, Bush, don't tell me Bush.
the first step for the United States was to capture Osama bin Laden, who was hiding in Afghanistan.
Free!
Many attempts were made to capture Osama bin Laden. The US failed to capture bin Laden, and it is believed he fled across the border into the tribal regions of Pakistan. The US launched an attack against Afghanistan to remove the Taliban regime. The Taliban regime had a lot of support and was difficult to overthrow. Later on, presidential elections were held, and Hamid Karzai became the first democratically elected leader